My name is Jeff Tavalacci, and this is my multimedia workshop tech video project. I am currently teaching Algebra 2 and Pre-Calculus in high school. The unit of instruction is going to be exponentials and logarithms, and the subunit within this larger unit is specifically logarithms. As a brief overview, this unit focuses on the relationship between an exponent, its base, and its argument. The essential questions for the unit begin with how do we measure change as we'd introduce exponentials, then how are different representations of numbers related, how are different representations of functions related, and finally, how do we define relationships between functions. The big ideas in the unit are expressions with exponents can be written in multiple equivalent ways. We then transition through the unit and discover that logarithms are in fact inverses of exponential functions. And then we close the unit by seeing that logarithms can also be written in multiple equivalent ways. Three technologies that I will be adding to this unit are Gimkit, Skew the Script, and Flipgrid, as both are engaging applications which can be altered for in-person, hybrid, or remote. The first technology I'll talk about is Gimkit, and Gimkit is an app that gamifies things like flashcards. So anything that would make a great flashcard would make a great Gimkit question. Now in mathematics, skill and drill is needed for success in higher level things. So we can only build a building as tall as the foundation is strong. So things like times tables, powers, or just vocabulary can be drilled in Gimkit in a gamified manner. Now, I've used Kahoot in the past, but when I did a 10-question Kahoot, by the end of the 10 questions, that's all the problems that we did. And we have to move to the pace of the slowest person in the class. Now, in Gimkit, if I put in those 10 flashcards, kids will do them over and over 30, 40, 50 times in the same time that I would do one Kahoot. Now, because Kahoot can be an in-class or can be used as a homework assignment, because I have those options, it can be tailored for either remote or hybrid instruction. And once again, in the logarithms unit, if we know our powers, our powers of different numbers, if we know them cold, we're able to get to that point of where we can build a better understanding of base, exponent, and argument, and the light bulb will click if we've studied our powers. Those that refuse to study our powers usually end up not doing well in the unit and usually just can't wait for the next unit to start. The second technology that I'll be working with is Flip, formerly Flipgrid. In past years, I tried to build on the concept of reflection at the end of the week in each for all my classes. We did that using podcast apps, but I found it to be more of a distraction. It was a lot of fun for the kids, but turned out to be more of a distraction. Flip is a free video discussion app that allows students to share ideas and insights in a small, safe group setting. Now, we can use this in person, we can use this remotely or hybrid. For the reflection piece, I found that in years past, learning mathematics is not a straight line. It actually looks like a step function or a greatest integer function. There's struggle, 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 and then a light bulb goes off. Struggle, 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 light bulb goes off. So we have a stair-stepped approach in our education, but I found that the light bulb doesn't usually go off from repeated practice. The light bulb usually goes off when we reflect on what we're doing. So in this unit and all year, we're going to have weekly reflections in Flip. I'm going to start them off the year answering 3 questions. What did we learn this week? What clicked for you? And what are you currently struggling with? By sharing what clicked for you, that might help another student. And if you're sharing what you're struggling with, another student who watches your Flip might comment and try to help you out. But the reflection piece is one of the focuses of what I'm going to try to do in my class this year. The third technology that I'll be introducing is called Skew the Script. This is a website that has a lot of real world problem sets to be used concurrently with your unit. So their job is to try to make math relevant, or that's their mission statement. And it connects the math that we're currently using to real world data and relevant applications within their skill sets. Now, rather than doing this at the end of this unit, I'm actually introducing the problem before we start logarithms to show them this is what we want to solve by the end of the unit. And as we're learning more about logarithms, we can see what we would need to apply to this specific problem, which is, can money buy happiness? Some of the data set shows that as our income grows up, our level of happiness doesn't move up as much as you think it would. So to quickly recap, the three technologies, GimKit engages students in gamifying the simple skills that they need to practice for later success. Flip allows for a safe place where they can share their insights and reflect on their learning. And Skew the Script makes skills relevant and engaging in a real world application setting.